Now, perhaps you have an itchin' for a bitchin'. Yeah, I said it, bitchin'. FNP 90, and you just can't. Yes, you, sir, in the back, you have a question? What's up? Not fancy. I don't mean to be a dick or anything, but, like, nobody says bitchin' anymore. It fell out of use in about 1989. Okay. How about cool? Can I say cool? Yeah, I guess. Okay, the cool P90. Yeah, maybe you want one. You crave one. So bad your teeth hurt. You can't get it. You would really like a Select Fire P90. Can't get it. You know, just not available. Not available. Not at any realistic price. And even the civilian PS90, very expensive. Reviewed here about 10 years ago, something like that. I like the gun. I don't know if I loved it, but I was a little bit lukewarm on the 5.7/28 back then as well. I ain't gonna lie. For all the reasons spoken of here in the project over a span of, at this point, 19 years. 19 years, yeah. But I've warmed up to it of late. I did a philosophy of use video on the 5.7/28. You should watch that. Maybe you are in agreement with me and you think within its niche capabilities and its very lightweight compact SAWC that you like, maybe even love the cartridge. I think it's destined for greatness. There, I said it. I'm probably the only one that is saying that. And what's going to really catapult this to the next level very quickly, new gun designs like we're going to review on Tabletop here, and also new loads. Those have not been made yet. And also, I'll add this, the decreasing of cost of the ammunition. Right now, it's very expensive. Very expensive. But maybe to just finish talking about this, the P90, yeah, super cool, dripping with second cool. You'd love one. It's not realistic. Maybe not even a PS90, just so expensive. But you want to, I don't know, a PCC in 5.7/28. Enter, ladies and gentlemen of the arena, the third gen Keltec Sub-2000. Slow motion whip sound. An expedited review for you. For me, this is expedited. I received the gun, let's see, 2 days ago. All the shooting is complete over 2 days. Rocked it. Lots of rounds fired, too many. But here's the dealio. Had a very long-term, excellent donor contact me, probably last winter, like December, November, asking for an update on the Sub-2000, specifically talk about the rotating optic capability of the third gen. Give us an update. And I was like, I would love to. I love the Sub-2000. You guys know that. I've given it a lot of coverage in the project over the years, especially as a competitive option to all the PCCs I review. I had a dickens of a time finding one. Could not find it. I did not want to go direct to Keltec. I don't have a relationship with Keltec. Haven't for a long time, like a decade. Don't know anybody at Keltec anymore. Chad's long gone from Keltec. So I was on my own. Gunny's, the Great American Gun Store. Thank you, Gunny's, for long-term support. They don't have one. They don't know. Didn't know when they would get one. Long story long, I had to go out and buy it off the interweb with those amazing donation dollars. Yeah, they do rule. And this dude who is talking to me, by the way, nice watch, incidentally. Oh, the Phoebus Reef Master in yellow, link below. Yeah, he gave me some money to help me with no strings attached, by the way. He didn't say, hey, I'm going to give you this money. Oh, but only if you review the 3G. And I was like, hey, I'm trying to get a hold of it. It's hard for me. I'm an independent reviewer. I don't go to the manufacturers unless I have no other option. I ended up buying this one. Cool. It worked. And his money helped. His money also helped buy this damn expensive ammunition. Look at this, $80. This is what we need to get rid of. $80 for a 150 round bulk pack of Fiocchi Range Dynamics, which actually has turned out to be a really good load. I'll talk about that as we progress here. So excited to bring you this review. I do have some opinions. We did have some weird things go on with this gun. The curse of the desert made itself known. And I just don't understand why things happen to me and they don't happen to anybody else when I test things. But I just bring the data to Tabletop. You know I'm trustworthy. I have no dog in the hunt other than trying to improve your systems and to save you money. That's my marching order as an independent reviewer. It has been for coming up on 20 years. Holy shit. Well, 19 from channel creation date. That's a long time. That's a long time. Now, back to the foundation. I've given a ton of coverage to the Sub2K PCCs. Love them. I've shown them lots and lots. Here's one of my second gens in 9mm Glock compatibility. This has been a perennial bestseller in the PCC market, if not the top-selling pistol caliber carbine of all time. And it's continued that way unabated. Year after year, in 9mm at least, the 40 Smith discontinued now with a third gen. The 40 Smith, dude, I'm sorry, the 9mm, it flies out the door still. Especially if it's in a funky color. They came out with olive drab. I think the third gen will have different colors come out eventually. Yeah, it's just a really excellent PCC. I was thinking about labeling this tabletop review as like an ISA episode. Is it still awesome? I think it's just kind of facetious doing that because everybody knows my feeling on the Sub2K. I've used it, as I've said, as a competitive option for so many PCCs and actually some like AR-15 pistols and stuff like that, bullpups. You guys know I think it's awesome. It's reliable, it's accurate, it's durable, it's cost effective, it's lightweight, it's compact. Look at this, dude. It's like folded in half, just over 16 inches. I think the third gen's the same way.
Upper left.
Damn, that's pretty good. Look how thin it is. Well, normally, unless you have a vertical grip on it like I did with this one. I'll talk about that. Just a great gun. And there are so many TNPrs that have Sub2Ks. It has a low entry fee. Like I said, I don't know if I did say it, $511 is the retail price on this. That's awesome. It's going to be less at a great store like Gunny's, the great American store, gun store. Yeah. I just like mentioning them. Gunny's has been so good to me through the years. So yeah, they don't pay me anything. Go to Gunny's, say hi to Rex, the owner. Say thank you for the support you give to the Nut and Fancy project. Okay, let's jump into POU of the gun specifically, super quickly. Not POU of the cartridge because, as I've said, I have a whole video out on that. Please watch it. I will card it somewhere in this video, dudes. So watch that. It gives all the thoughts, capabilities, and limitations of the 5.7x28. They are substantial, actually. But within its niche use, it's quite capable. Philosophy of use would be basically a vehicle gun, I think, for most of y'all. And I'm just going off from what I've heard about you. Talking to you guys in comment. Speaking of which, if I haven't gotten to your comment in Patreon, so sorry. Fighting burnout, and I do get to the messages, but Patreon messaging service is garbage. I'll answer a message and it will disappear in the stack of unread messages. I can't sort heads or tails of it. It's just really a bad messaging system. I just do the best I can. But I've talked to a lot of guys and they go, yeah, it's mostly a car gun for me. Some have integrated it into their BOKs, their VBOK. Some use it as a backpacking gun. Some use it as a home defense gun. I think that's a real smart choice, by the way. I think it's a great home defense gun. It really is. Doesn't have over penetration power on it. It's really a good gun, especially in this one, the 5.728, referencing my POU video. 5.728 is, well, not this one, this one here. Yeah, it has limited penetration. That's a good thing sometimes. Philosophy of use, without rule of law gun, like my only gun, no. Whether it's in 9mm, this Gen 2, and 5.728, that Gen 3, no. I want something more. 5.56 would be the minimum, as I've ranted about many times consistently. How about a 7.6251? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, an AR-10 is my go-to. Maybe 7.6239. Hey, more consistent philosophy for y'all. Philosophy of use. So here's another thing. So Sean, the TNPr, stalwart crew member here in the project, he bought a Sub-2000 for his wife because for whatever reason, she doesn't like shooting AR-15s, too loud, too scary, too imposing. So she loves the Sub2K. I think he got her a 40 Smith & Wesson one for a really great deal. He loves it. She loves it. So, wife gun. There, we're done with POU. Features. What's different between the Gen 2 and the Gen 3? Well, I don't know if I'm going to hit everything. You know, I don't know if you really care that much. I know everyone is focused on being able to attach an optic to the 3rd gen. And due to its rotational capability, as I will aptly demonstrate right now, here's my takedown button right here. The chamber will always be empty. You can see it right there. It's going to rotate, and you can keep your red dot on it like so. So that's exciting for dudes. For you, yeah, it is a big thing. Incidentally, speaking of features, the 3rd gen does not come with any sights on it. The website doesn't show them with sights. I didn't know if this was different. I took it out of the box, and I like breezed through the website, but I was thinking I'd see some type of sights on it. Nothing. Maybe they changed this, but now with a rotational capability to keep your optic on, I don't think you'll care. I think if anything, the iron sight thing will just kind of get in the way. Like these gloves are getting in the way right now. Look at how thrashy these are, dude. Yeah, desert use. I go through gloves like candy, like gummy bears. Whoosh, gone. Yeah, so I think, well, let me give you a look at this one right here. And I'll just make a quick point. So the Gen 2 had a front sight blade. Look how tall that is. So now it's clean presentation on the Gen 3. I think it's probably a good decision. They didn't put any sights on it. And then you have this big rear sight hump here. Now, this is my Gen 2. I have just opted to just go with irons, and within 50 yards, irons are just A-okay. I know, red dots are better, but they're okay. But you don't have any of this hump, any of this getting in the way. And then earlier in the Gen 2, when I reviewed it in field, we had a rotational problem with this. I criticized Keltec for it, and in generation improvements later, they fixed that. They locked it on. You're going to have to run a red dot sight or some type of sight. This is an HS403C. As you can see, I'll put a link below. I love HoloSuns. Also, Olight has come out with a really excellent red dot. I might link that below as well. But I just love these. They're cost effective, you know, solar augmented, not powered. They're just great. They've just been serving in TNP for so long. I just love HoloSuns. Now, let me say this. When I was doing the accuracy testing, we'll get to the accuracy. I did not use this. You may have seen inset video already. I used a SIG Tango MSR 1:10 by 28 scope. Yes, you, sir, in the back?
What did you say? You use a scope on a Sub-2000? Are you insane?
Probably. But I wanted to really find out what the accuracy potential was on the gun. I found out. And I also found out with a scope, of course, you cannot fold it. So you need a compact optic to make it work. See this? So imagine the scope bell coming back and hitting. It's just not going to work. Let's see. Let's see if I can rotate this. Maybe I screwed up and I didn't do it right, but I tried to fold it with a scope on, no worky. It's a moot point because no one's going to run a scope on a Sub-2000. I'm just doing it for actually testing, just making the point. Back to features. Picatinny rail all on the top. We have the polymer halves screwed together by the screws, as we've seen in a lot of different Kel-Tec guns. We have Picatinny on the bottom. Later in the shooting, I did opt to throw on this vertical grip. And I will tell you, it's awesome shooting with a VG. Love it, love it, love it. Minor criticism coming, brace yourself. I kind of wish they did not do Picatinny on the bottom. That somehow, some way, I know these are two polymer halves, so doing M-lock would be difficult because they'd be split up. But I wish this had an M-lock capability on it without using an adapter. The reason I say that is because then you could use one of those cool finger stops. They're like small. I'll put a link below. Arasaka finger stops. They're awesome. And then I wouldn't have two things protruding out because with a VG, when I fold this, it's kind of redonkulous. See, look, I've got a VG on this side. That's got to come off. I'm not going to run it like that. And then I have the optic on this side. And they do fold, obviously, so where they're on opposite sides. there you have it. High quality barrel, same diameter as before. Ready to accept a suppressor. I don't have one for this caliber, so I didn't run it. And then this, make sure it's tightened. I don't think it has an O-ring on it. It probably should. I recommend probably putting one of your own on there. Good diameter, though. The barrel quality is always spoken to in accuracy. I've always said that. We do have M-lock capability on the sides because this is the left half of the handguard. This is the right half. And so it's a solid piece of polymer. Did you understand what I was saying down here? So as they mate together, it'd be kind of funky, but good engineering can solve that problem. I think most guys would like an M-lock capability on the bottom so they could put whatever they want there. Maybe I'm just the only one. I don't know. It's funny I said like no rear sight, but we still have the hump there. We just don't have all, you know, the blade and everything. Also missing is the castle nut. That's just what I'll call it in the Gen 2. See that? So they have a different way of attaching the tube to the polymer stock right here. I got no problems with that. And then we have a steel tube stock. It's 3-position adjustable. You just push this pin out. And I was looking around. Someone was saying like with Gen 2 is not adjustable, but actually it is. Has the same adjustability in it. Yeah, so I have a longer length of pull set up for this one. That's just the way I run. Another minor criticism coming as we're talking about ergos and features. Okay, so this is your takedown button, right? So we're gonna come in here now that I have it extended. We're gonna push it so we can like unfold the gun. There's something going on here when I'm shooting it that's just hurting my face. Now, it's quite possible that I'm a pussy. Okay, I understand that. But I've shot a lot of guns, and there's something weird going on there. I don't know if it's a sharp edge here. I don't know if it's this. But you would see me sliding forward on the tube to get away from that irritation. One thing that might help is a tube cover. M-Carbo, which I will mention again, is a great company. I have a Tactical one on this one. I don't know if they're out specifically for the 3rd gen, but this is nice because it like smooths that transition to the butt cap. Or I should say the butt stock. Yeah, I don't know. I would definitely put that on my 3rd gen. I'm going to look into it for sure. Same butt stock as we've seen before. A way to attach a sling. And I mentioned it. Let me talk about it here. M-Carbo is a website. They make a lot of cool accessories for the Sub-2000. The tube cover. They have a shell deflector, by the way, boys, which might be useful because this 5.728, damn. It was throwing shell casings like 25 feet from the gun at a right angle. I was looking for the shell casings when I'm picking them up, and I'm like, where do they go? Oh, they're clear the hell out there. I was like, whoa. That's positive ejection, positive extraction, by the way. Shell deflector, you might look into that. They have a sling mount, that's why I wanted to mention it here, that will just attach on the tube. They have a single point. Well, they're both single point, but they have one with a sling on a loop on the left and the right. Buttstock pad. And then this is interesting. For you guys paying attention, listen to me what I'm going to tell you. M-Carbo actually has a supposedly RTZ return to zero optics mount that is spring loaded, it looks like, and it will clip to the handguard with your red dot. It's meant for a Gen 2 like this one where it does not rotate when it folds. Therefore, you have to take the optic off if you want it to fold flat. I didn't know that. I just found that out. Kind of cool, though. It's about $150. M-Carbo. You might look into it. Don't know how good it will be. And speaking of which, this is still a polymer handguard. I've talked about this. I don't know if we can expect absolute accuracy out of a polymer handguard attached with screws. If we get minute of, I don't know, chipmunk at 50 yards, we're doing damn good. We're doing pretty good. So just keep that in mind. That's one reason why on this Gen 2, I was just like, well, I'll just go iron sights. I mean, it's polymer, especially if it heats up. And I tested this in cold weather. Dude, if I test this in like 110 degrees, I don't know if you're going to see the accuracy that I saw with this. Yeah, I'm just saying. Other features. Same grip as before. Good magazine release. The trigger, kind of crunchy, I ain't going to lie. It felt kind of plasticky, but it pulls pretty light at about 5 pounds. Way better than the original. So the trigger is good. So good, I'd probably just put up with the plastic crunchiness of it and just deal with it. I don't think the reset is that good. I think that's mushy as well. It's a plastic gun. What are you going to do? The magazine is compatible and is actually a magazine for the FN57. Still a great pistol. I love the 57. Still just expensive. And this is made by ProMag. And I will say it worked great. Well, asterisk there. I'll get to that in a second. Plastic, super lightweight. You can buy them at Keltec's website. You can buy the FN real one. But I don't know. It kind of put me to thought. I was like, I think we need to kind of define an industry standard 5728 magazine. Probably too late, right? The cows are out of the barn. I understand that, but it'd been nice, because we have Ruger 57, PSA. There's just a ton of different 5.7 pistols out there. Thesis has one. Inserts nicely. Plastic base plate. They're a mother to take apart. You have to pinch the sides, but I doubt you guys will be taking them apart too often. No screws came loose during shooting. We have the same transition right here. That's relatively comfortable. And I don't want you to think that you have to have a VG or a finger stop up here. I just like it. It worked fine. You'll see plenty of me shooting without it and through the years without any VG. I just kind of like it. And I have ran my other gens with the VGs and I just kind of got used to it. The inners are nice. I'm not going to take it apart here. I'll just insert a picture when I did. I did take it apart and lubricate it with just synthetic like motor oil. That's very effective, works great. Kind of viscous, inexpensive, works great. It's just so simple to take down. You're just going to take off the buttstock, pull it back, take out the charging handle, and then the whole bolt will fall out and its interlocking piece will come out and you can clean it, scrub it, lubricate it. There you go. Let me tell you this right here. So this is a gotcha. Now, did the second gen have this? I don't think it did. No, it was single-sided. So the second gen had just a single-sided like a holdback notch for the bolt or the charging handle. This has a double, and this is cool, but it's not cool. Here's why. Because when I was charging it, I would just release it, and oftentimes it would catch in one of these notches. So you kind of got to watch it and be ready to correct it very quickly, because you have two, well, on either side, if you just rotate this left or right when you're charging it, you're going to catch a notch. Just saying, watch it. And this does not, of course, have last shot hold open, and of course, it's a non-reciprocating charging handle, as you know. Cross bolt safety, they're saying they improved it. It seems basically the same, exactly the same as it was before, but it is nice and positive. It works. Nice big red section right here. You can see the ball detent on that one. And the overall presentation in this and feel like all Sub2Ks is just super light. Super light, fast into action. I know some of you guys are really excited about getting a Gen 3, putting a can on it. You're going to make it a lot longer unless you do a really short overall length suppressor. I would advocate that. But if you go longer, you're kind of ruining the whole thing about the SAWC on the third gen, right? I just think it through. I think that's features more or less. And I already showed you how you take it down. You just press the trigger guard and then it will rotate. You can experiment with different optics. Maybe they work on it. But I think most y'all are just going to go with a red dot like I did. And incidentally, this is an AR-15 mount. Higher red dot, that's what you want. You don't want like a low red dot. You're going to have a hard time seeing through it. And you're going to really have to scrunch your fat chipmunk cheek against the tube to do it. How did it shoot? Okay. This is where it gets interesting. I don't know why this stuff happens to me. It just does. First up, thanks again to donors paying, because I went through some money with this ammunition. Damn. So if you don't know, by way of introduction, and let me tell you this since I'm talking about this, is an FN load. This is probably my favorite. It's SS197 load. This chronoed at 25 feet per second, 400 foot-pounds, thereabout. The standard Eve on this was 28, which was kind of high. I want to talk about that. There's something weird going on with that too. And then the Fiocchi range dynamics. I was surprised this chronoed even higher at 2174. That's 420 feet per foot-pounds of energy with just a standard Deve of 15. Damn, range dynamics getting it done. And then this is what I've been shooting for quite some time, the American Eagle. These are all 40 grain loads, albeit this is a VMAX load. We don't have access, like I said in the POU video, to the real 5.728 loads, but it's just what we got now, all subject to change. This is a good range load. with a caveat, I'm going to show you something here. This chronoed at 2060 feet per second, about 380 foot-pounds of energy. Standard deviation was 38. Damn. Okay, so anyway, shooting it. What are you alluding to that was weird? Here's one thing, is like several times I would shoot the first round and it would almost sound like a squib load. It was like half power. It would kind of cycle the bolt. I had several jams on the first round that it wouldn't extract. And it just was weird. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Remember, this is a lubricated gun. It's charged properly. The bolt is all the way seated. It's a simple blowback gun. Go figure. I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, well, let me try different ammo. So it was doing it with Federal American Eagle. It did it with SS-197, and it did it with Range Dynamics. I'm like, crap, dude. Yeah, and then the other rounds would fire good. Once it got into the magazine, it's like pop, pop, pop. Now, what I will do is if I find out more information about this, I did click around for like 20 seconds on the internet. I didn't find nothing. I'll contact Keltec. I'll put it in the description if I find something. I don't want to delay the video for that. Weird. Very weird. Okay, and this gets to standard deviation. It's almost like the first round several times. And again, I'm reviewing the 3rd gen. You guys know that 9mm would be awesome. This is a different caliber for this platform. The first round sometimes would chronograph at a lower velocity. Again, the bolt's closed all the way. I don't know what the heck's going on. And I had a weird thing where I'm like charging it and I'm like, okay, malfunction, magazine out, clear it, and then I put a new round in, and it was like the round wasn't going all the way. And I finally figured it out. I was like, there's a bullet in the barrel that came out of this load, which I got to be honest with you, I don't trust American Eagle. I would not use American Eagle, boys, for any serious thing. Please tell me I have those. Damn it, I didn't bring them. Anyways, it's like some loads. Oh, here they are. So this came out of an American Eagle box from the factory. Look at this. This is a factory load that came this way. Good job, Federal. What you got going on there? Some more DEI? Holy crap. Amazing. And so what happened is one of the rounds just lost its bullet, an unfired round, and it just lodged in the barrel. So I suspect the crimping on the American Eagle is not good. I didn't have that problem with the FN, didn't have that problem with Range Dynamics, just the Federal load. Here's one where it got cocky wampus. See the round?
Look at that.
Okay, so is that a big deal? I can't lie. It is kind of a big deal. It's weird because I'm like, the first shot's going to be your most important in any type of armed chipmunk conflict. So yeah, it's kind of important. I need to get to the bottom of this. And that's one reason I shot it so much. I was like, well, will it replicate here with this load, that load? Try this. And I did take, not the gun apart, but I did break it open and I scrubbed the inside of the chamber. Keep your chamber clean, by the way, on the 5.7/28s you have. Keep them clean. Remember, these are polymer coated. The rest are not. Keep them clean. High chamber pressure, bros. You can get some stickiness in there. And I lubricated it. It seemed like it did better when I did that. Just saying. But then after that, it shot 100%. Go figure. Very fun to shoot. Very enjoyable to shoot, notwithstanding my cheek rest issue there. I just love the gun. And 5.7/28, it was really fun.
Man, it's fun to shoot. Holy cow. Really fun.
Probably funner than, I don't know, 9mm. Less recoil, just super fast, just a wicked little gun. It really is. It's nasty. Accuracy. remember, I use a scope. I will say the accuracy was downright phenomenal. Here's American Eagle. What the hell? What the hell? That shows the capability. That's why I said it. So this is just at 50 yards. This is where I recommend you zero your gun. Both a 9mm version and the 5.28, 5.7 by 28 version. 50 yards is realistic because you can stretch it out to 100. I stretched this out to 200 actually. So I was shooting steel on 200, maybe 250. I didn't really laser it. FN load right here, really excellent. I said trigger crunching, beard grabbing, poor me. That's a good group, good group, good group. You can see the different loads, good group, really good group. I just counted that one because I cheated. Good group, except I said, I was really surprised this one opened up. I was like, wow, what's going on? And then as I was going to put the red dot on, I saw that my rear screw on the 6 scope on its mount had loosened. Yeah, I did have it tight, bro. I know what you're saying. You tighten it up, Loctite it. I'm not Loctiting it. It's a temporary scope. You don't Loctite that. I don't know. Yeah, look at this, dude. 4 rounds. And I was wrong. It was more like 2160 feet per second, another group. So, really excellent accuracy. And then I put the red dot on. That's with the Holosun 403C. You see there? Look at the group on that. With a red dot? With me shooting? With me pulling the trigger? Dude, I suck with red dots. That's pretty good. Other group here. Not so great group there. Pretty good group there. FN SS197. Good. But dude, there's what I want you to concentrate on. That's what you can expect, should expect in this load, the SS197 out of 5.7 by 28 3rd gen Sub2K. Oxygen. Yeah, so I would say the accuracy is borderline on outstanding for a fold and half super inexpensive plastic PCC. Damn. Now, remember what I said in hot weather? This could, like, loosen. Your groups could open up. I'm just saying this is what I got. I'm representing it. I want to be honest. I was very impressed with the accuracy. And other than the first round problems, which are something, I've said that, I was impressed with the reliability. It was like, bump, bump. I was dropping the mag in dirt intentionally. No problems. Kept doing it. Kept on chugging. Would I buy one? Even in this cartridge, even with the first round problems, my answer is yeah. I would. I just love the gun. I love it. And maybe I send this back to Keltec. I'm going to phone call them and say, hey, have you had first round problems with this? What's your take on it? Is there something you can do? I don't know. Yeah, I just love the gun. It's highly recommended. And if you go, hey, first round problem, in that particular cartridge, it's garbage. I understand. I'm not going to push back on that. Keep this area clean, once again. 5.728. I think what you're seeing is the leader of the pack. I think this gun will remain the leader of the pack in the 5.728 PCC world because of its SAWC and its value. It's going to be hard to beat. Now, I will put an asterisk on Palmetto, because Palmetto does some crazy stuff. Palmetto State Armory, they could come out with a competitor against this that may take the market share away from Keltec. So stay tuned. They had some really cool concept guns. We'll see what they come out with. And it really is up to you guys to purchase 5.728. And we need to get the volume of production up on this ammo. This really should be, I mean, damn, I spent $80 on this. This should be like $40. Half of what it is right now. So we need production to go up for that to happen. Super fun gun, super fun gun. Competitive options. I don't have any PCCs in 5.728. I don't really have a competitive option. I guess what you'd have to decide is, do you want to get it in a 9mm? Always recommended by me. I love 9mm in the Sub2K. I just think it's awesome, especially with a plus P load. It's just phenomenal. Or do you want to get 5.7 by 28? It'll be some interesting comments below. Be cool. I mean, I know some are passionate about their choice, but be open for other people's preferences as well. On the table, I have a Piranha Pocket Model 1 auto knife. Still being produced, made in the United States. So excellent. I'll put a link below taking you to Pro Second Amendment Blade HQ. This is a beautiful knife. The A1 Wilderness knife and the laminated steel. Oh, so excellent. I'll put a link to this below as well. This is like just one of my all-time favorite mid-sized, hard use Super cool. First cool, second cool survival knives. Off your viewpoint here, by the way, is a very excellent armed mecha from the God of War. This is an 86-11 from Joy Toy. Let us just contemplate its awesomeness for a second. Okay, that's long enough. Yeah, that's really cool. I don't really know what the weaponry is here. This cockpit opens up. There's a dude that goes inside of it. Holy cow, look at how cool that is. Dude, there's a dude in there. He's got a gun. His gun's probably jamming the cockpit, but so excellent. TD was talking to me about God of War. I guess it was a video game. I watched, like 2 minutes of it. It looked amazing, actually. Really cool. And that's all I'm going to talk about. Thank you so much for your kind support through the years. So many more fun gun reviews to go. With your support, I have been losing donors. So I hope that trend reverses because it will change the production of TNP. And I can always start another YouTube channel talking about a wide variety of subjects. I don't need gear reviewing. I can talk about anything. Damn, I could start a channel reviewing pencils and I'd get subscribers. Pencils. I could start a channel reviewing toys, collectible toys like this. Yeah, and that would be monetizable, unlike gun reviews. Gun reviews, I don't get a damn dime from. Not on the A channel. No, nothing. Thanks again. Hit that notification bell, subscribe, join my Rumble feed too. Nothing fancy. See ya.